It's nice to be with you, too.
I have to say, Brian, I love your show.
Thank you. You are a fan. Now, at that time, 16 years old, showing people their seats in the movie theater, did you ever dream that someday you were going to be right up there?
Oh, never. I never dreamt of being in the movies at all. I loved musicals on stage. That was, to me, the epitome, to sing and dance on stage. I love that. But I never dreamt of being in the movies.
And you got your start at the Pittsburgh Playhouse.
Yes.
In Oakland.
Yes, first as a student, and then was a second junior staff member for 2 years.
'09, you went back to school to Point Park. Congratulations, that is not easy to do.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
So what'd you learn on the rebound there?
Well, as a matter of fact, I already have a screenplay.
Yeah, and I, looking, into some history here in the city, you did a lot of stage shows. In the late '50s, a lot of radio, TV shows too. The John King Show on KDKA. You were a regular on that.
The John King Show every day for 2 years. I was on that show with. I was the girl singer actually, and did some comedy when John would write a sketch. John Reed King was a wonderful character, and Joe Negri and Johnny Costa, and Chuck Spatafor was the drummer, and Jimmy DiGiulio on bass. What a quartet! Wow, they were sensational.
So around about '63, you left Pittsburgh.
That's it.
And in fact, there was an article by one of the Pittsburgh papers where the headline was "Pittsburgh loses one of its brightest stars," and they were talking about you.
Oh, they were really overstating things.
Well, where did you go?
Oh, I went to New York.
Yeah?
New York.
How'd that go?
My tap shoes in my suitcase. Well, it was okay, except it was long and hard.
Yeah.
It took me 9 years to finally get a small part on Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah, but I understudied Helen Gallagher in No No Nanette. Oh, man, you ain't lived till you walk on a stage. Everybody knows their part. The orchestra's in the pit. The conductor lifts his baton. Oh, talk about out-of-body experience. It was amazing. That one night was something else. I was in Dames at Sea when it closed, and I did one called Shoemaker's Holiday. One open and closed in a week.
Some holiday, huh?
Yeah, really. And then I was in a Broadway show.
You seem to close a lot of shows, Judy.
Oh, don't mention it. Oh, I'm sweating now. I think I need a drink.
There you go. So, how then do you get from closing Dames at Sea to something like what by some may be considered to be one of the most iconic movie musicals in film history?
Well, I had a wonderful agent, and he submitted me for a part in a Gene Kelly movie. It was going to star Sandra Dee, and he needed a roommate. And when I walked into the interview, he was taken with the fact that I looked like and sounded like Carol Haney, who was a very dear friend of his, and she had passed away. So we had an instant kind of bond.
Now, Gene Kelly needed someone to play a roommate, or he wanted a roommate for himself? You just said Gene Kelly needed a roommate. I just want to clarify this for our audience.
Blame you. I like it logical.
We don't want any rumors out there. He wanted you to play a roommate.
Yes, he did. And then I auditioned for him another time, and this time I got to sing for him. So when he was auditioning for Hello Dolly, I had not been submitted, and he asked for me.
Wow.
So I went and got the part. But in the screen test for Hello Dolly, I was originally well, what does it say?
Minnie Fay.
Yes.
Really?
Minnie Fay.
I was just kind of throwing that out there.
It's absolutely true. But I wasn't right for the part, essentially. But we were finished with the rehearsal, and Gene said to me, notice Gene, I call him by his first name. He said, "Could you dance up onto that chair?"
If I had a dime for every time a man's asked me to do that. You too, right? I know.
Oh, I need another drink.
There's plenty more where these came from.
Well, in essence, I did it. I did a tour jeté, and I nailed it.
Wow.
I danced right up to the chair.
And you will now repeat that for us here. For the Late Show, Show. Now, you and Gene Kelly share Pittsburgh in common.
Yes.
He's a Pittsburgher, you're a Pittsburgher. Did you talk about Pittsburgh at all with Gene?
No, but I think that's a lot of how I got the part.
So he knew that. He knew where you had your roots.
Yes, he did. And he was very fond of Pittsburgh, always. And my father came to see the filming, and it was the parade sequence. And there was a big billboard, and it said Heinz Ketchup, and it was spelled C-A-T-S-U-P. And my dad said, you know, that's Heinz initiated the spelling, K-E-T-C-H-U-P. And I said, oh, Dad, we better tell somebody. So we told an assistant director, and don't you know that before we filmed, they had repainted it. They changed the spelling. You can see it in the movie.
So, you know, for those who might not know, you played Gussie Granger,
yes,
a.k.a. Ernestina Semple, in the film. And, you know, you are one of my favorite parts about this movie, truly. And I'm not just saying that.
Oh, yes,
that scene. That scene, the Harmonia Gardens scene, where she comes down the steps and there's a 15-minute musical number all about her coming into the restaurant. Now, who among us has not wanted to walk into like Lamont on Mount Washington and have that happen?
Oh, really?
You know, I live for that scene every single time. It has you in it. It has Barbara, of course, as Louis Armstrong.
Oh, no,
I mean, what a hot scene to be in that movie.
It was beautiful. And the set was magnificent. And you opened the door and it smelled of the flowers that were on the tables. It was just gorgeous.
Wow.
It was really wonderful.
And you make actually, you may recognize this woman. This is you in your first appearance in the movie, in the parade scene where Barbara Streisand kind of basically fishes you out and says, hey, can you do me a favor and play this person? And I gotta tell you, any woman that makes an entrance in a pink basket hat carrying a pig is my kind of woman. Walter Matthau, you worked with on this.
He was frightening.
Really?
But he's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny when he marches. Just watching him march down the street made me laugh.
Yeah. How long did it take you to shoot your
from April to the September.
Really? Just
yes,
those couple of scenes?
Oh, yes. That's what I mean. Gene Kelly.
He was meticulous.
I guess he didn't. I don't know that he did that, but it just turned out that way. And it was a rehearsal month in April, and then the filming of Harmonia Gardens. And that was amazing because all throughout the Waiters Gallop, they call that big dance number with the waiters.
Yep.
Everybody who was a choreographer ended up with broken legs, broken ribs. I was amazing. By the time I used to periodically drop in and watch the filming, and Michael Kidd was in a wheelchair, and his assistant was on crutches. Oh, it was a tough scene. It was a very big heartbreak for me to be in a movie musical and not sing and dance.
That's true. You don't sing in this.
It was so terrible.
Oh, so yeah, he really probably didn't do any choreography with you. But if he had, you'd ended up with Michael Kidd in a wheelchair. So, any dates with Walter Matthau?
Oh no.
No.
I was a good friendship with Tommy Toon.
Oh yeah,
We were good buddies. Yeah, that was fun.
Tall guy.
Oh, isn't he 6'7"?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
You still keep in touch?
No, every once in a while we cross paths and say hello.
When you saw this movie for the first time, was it back here in Pittsburgh?
Yes, it was. It was at the Warner Theater. And that was a wonderful part of this. After having been usherette in the movie The Biz, and then being driven up in a limousine to go to the Warner for this big, wonderful premiere. Oh, please. That gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. What did you find that more rewarding, your work in film or work on the stage?
Oh, I love the stage. Please, that's my first love.
What brought you back to Pittsburgh?
Well, it was a family thing. My father needed my help, and I took care of him for 7 years before he died. And I think that was a good thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite aspects of Pittsburgh?
Oh, wow.
What makes it a good city to live in?
The people.
Yeah.
You don't find people, you don't find people as willing, as available. You just don't find people like Pittsburghers everywhere.
So what keeps you busy in Pittsburgh these days?
Well, I write. Now I'm writing. I love writing. It's wonderful. I haven't been at it lately. I better get back to it.
We won't keep you too long today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The juices in creativity are just really going to keep me alive, I hope. I hope to live to be 140. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, once
150. Let's not be shy.
Yeah. I think it's necessary to keep the creative juices flowing.
Yes.
So I'll be writing the whole time.
We're going to see it on Blu-ray today. What do you think about that?
Does it make me look good?
I would love to see you in Auntie Mame. I think you'd be a great Auntie Mame.
Oh, really?
Have you ever played it?
I always figured myself a gooch.
All right, if I produced Auntie Mame, would you play Gooch?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and you're going to be the Gooch.
Only if you do Private Lives.
Oh, you'd like to see me in that?
I'll produce that.
Okay, you know, everybody tells me Noel Coward, you know.
Oh, yeah, you'd be perfect.
Or a one-man Paul Lynde show. That's what I get a lot, too.
Oh.
What do you think, Judy? See?
That's a good Lynde.
Yeah. From Phil in Dormont. Hi, Judy! Exclamation point.
Okay. Hi, Phil.
Hello, Dolly is one of my favorite movie musicals. I have seen it over 50 times.
Boy,
oh my God.
it.
So this man essentially has spent, what, 6 months of his life watching Hello, Dolly? I gotta have him on the show.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you this, but you can cut this out. The pig actually wet on me during the filming. Well, it was like 6 hours, you know. It was a little thing to do. P.S. No aroma. Pig is clean.
Did you get hazard pay for working with Streisand?